It is a very good year for the Sunshine State. Despite what those who detract from Florida might say, the state is experiencing incredible tourism numbers. In fact, tourism is doing so well in Florida that it may set an all-time historic record for the year. It seems more likely than not. And yet at the same time, crowds are not returning to the Walt Disney World Resort at the same level that they once were, especially pre-pandemic. Now, there are folks out there who say Universal Studios is down as well, but that sort of ignores the fact that many families are waiting on Universal because they want to be there when Epic Universe opens. So what is going on where Disney World has dropping attendance, and what is Disney doing about it? Hello folks, welcome back to the WDW Pro channel. This one is going to be brief, as I know many of you out there are getting ready for Thanksgiving, but let me join you if you are getting ready to cook those turkeys, if they're in the ovens, if you're smoking them or what have you. Maybe you're getting the casseroles ready for those big trips, or perhaps you're on the road right now driving. Wherever you are, we are wishing you a fantastic Thanksgiving. If you're not going to be spending it with family and loved ones, we're wishing you well, and we're encouraging you to hang in there. Let's talk about today. Disney World may need some encouraging, and we'll start here because Florida does not. This out of News for Jax. It's a Jacksonville local outlet. Florida tourism up 1.6% compared to last year, and Fernandina Beach, small business owners feeling the bump. Here's what it says. About 35 million visitors came to Florida between July and September of 2023. That's according to the latest numbers from Visit Florida. They equal a 1.6% increase in tourists compared to the same year last year. A rainy day in Fernandina Beach, why can I not say this today? We'll stick with it. On Thursday didn't mean business slowed down for Olive Amelia. Laura Clem, manager of the store, said sometimes rainy weather helps them get more customers. Now, this goes on to talk about the experience that local shops are having and all of that, and it's a very fine article. Bottom line, though, is in just a single quarter, they're experiencing this 1.6% increase year to year. Overall, if you look at many different outlets, they're saying that Florida is very, very likely to break the record, the all-time record for tourism. Things are up in Florida. Florida's doing great. So then why does it look like this for Disney World? You see, this is the chart for Magic Kingdom going back to October 22nd. And on videos on this channel in the past, we've shown you that the crowds for Disney have been steadily decreasing. Now, Thanksgiving may finally break that trend, and Disney World attendance may go up slightly. But if we take a look at these queue times, which I think are well correlated to the number of people inside the parks, you can see that this doesn't necessarily look good. The greener the number, the less people are probably in the park. And yes, on the 20th, there were a few people there, and we have heard some reports from some of the folks that we are friends with who are at Disney right now that it is somewhat slammed. But look at these average wait times. At 3 p.m. today, the 22nd of November, the average wait time in Magic Kingdom was 25 minutes. The highest it got was 29 minutes. That's not typical for a very crowded day. And if you look at the meter over here, you can see that it's set up to be able to handle very large wait times because in the past that has happened. And again, on the 20th, we actually saw that. But overall, if you look at this chart, it is green, green, green. And that's because there just aren't that many people going to the Walt Disney World Resort. So what is Disney doing about it? How are they going to reclaim all of these guests, especially in light of the fact that Florida is doing fine and Disney is not when it comes to attendance? What can they possibly do to fix it? This from Jonas J. Campbell, sharing this with us. I want to read this to you from the SEC filing that Disney put out for investors. Regarding the Hong Kong Disneyland Resort, and to give context to this, Disney has promised to invest $60 billion over the next 10 years into their parks, and they've suggested that that is turbocharging Walt Disney World and Disneyland. We've looked at it and said, no, this is less than just inflation. Like if you factor in inflation, this is less than the amount they're spending right now. So it looks like an overall decrease to us, especially when you consider the amount of money that they're going to spend on the cruise lines, which is now part of that. In Hong Kong Disneyland alone, though, I want to draw your attention to the third sentence. The company has provided Hong Kong Disneyland with a revolving credit facility of $2.7 billion for Hong Kong, $345 million. Now, what we don't know is, does the $2.7 billion Hong Kong, does that represent the amount of money in Hong Kong's denomination, or is that representative of the total? And then the 345 million is in parentheses what it's represented for the year. We don't know that. It's not specified. But if we go down one more sentence, it says Hong Kong Disneyland Resort is undergoing a multi-year expansion estimated to cost Hong Kong 10.9 billion or 1.4 billion. Now, the tricky thing again is it doesn't specify as the 1.4 billion in USD, or is this, are they actually going to spend 10.9 billion? Now, I have a very hard time believing that any expansion that they would do at Hong Kong would be 10.9 billion. That's an entire resort. But 1.4 billion, yes, definitely I can see that. And it's a multi-year expansion going on right now. You could easily see that that is far greater than what seems to be expended at Walt Disney World itself right now or Disneyland. Instead, we're getting blue sky offer after blue sky offer. And so $1.4 billion over the next few years seems to indicate that all the money is again going to Shanghai and Hong Kong cruise lines and nothing to Disney World. This is the problem. This is what we are talking about, is that these parks generate very low revenue compared to Disney World. And yet Disney World is taking it on the chin time and time again. And if we look at the chart, this is not a healthy park. This is not what the park should be looking like in November. November is a time for the attendance to pick back up going into December. November is a time for people to be going for the Thanksgiving fun and vacation. And yet we see green, 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 green. It's not a good sign. And Disney World needs not only investment, but policy changes in order to draw back attendance. As Disney admitted in this same filing, if they don't have popular box offices either, it's going to hurt everything downwind of that. Disney World is not completely dependent on hot box office returns, but it sure would help. And it doesn't seem to be happening soon, as Wish looks to be flopping right out of the gate. Folks, that is the video for today. If you like content like this, consider clicking the like button. Share, subscribe. When you click it, you stick it to the algorithms. It's the notification bell. Drop a comment down below. Let us know your thoughts. What do you think about Disney World? Is it worth going? Is it not? And are you shocked at all that Florida attendance is up significantly to record-breaking levels while Disney World diminishes again and again? We here on the channel are not shocked, and, well, we continue to tell you this is the case. We'll keep at it. And remember, don't pay close attention to the Universal thing in terms of their attendance correlating with Disney and therefore people don't want to go to parks. Universal's a special case because many families are delaying their Universal trips until Epic Universe opens, and it's hard to blame them. It's just common sense. All right, folks, that's it for today. Again, go out there and have fun with your families. We're excited to share tomorrow with you if you have time. Take a break from the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. We're going to have a Star Wars video out for you, and we look forward to sharing the holidays. Thank you so much for inviting us each and every time. Wherever you are and whatever you're doing, keep learning, keep growing, and keep having fun.
Floral, it's time for you to walk the plank.
What? Why?
Cuz you haven't subscribed to WDW Pro yet. Nor bookmark thatparkplace.com on your web browser to get great articles from great contributors.
What?